good minutes there. Was Jiang. Top here as we are in this final 30 seconds.
They haven't stopped Sienna Macumber yet, but also the other person is Ella Condon. Something that they really need to rectify, Collingwood, if they have any chance of coming back in this game.
Yeah, so we've got the score 20-14 here at quarter time. This Youth League 2 Women's Grand Final. Just looking at the scorers for Collingwood, it's Ella Wormer with 5 points, Hayden Neal with 4, Abby Scoto with 3, and Zoe Tippin with 2. At the other end, we've got Jessie Mulryan with 5, Ali Bennett 2, Sienna Macumber with 5, Ella Condon 4, Lonnie Williams with 2, and Matilda Cam with 2. And one of the things you said, there's more depth off the bench for the Surf Coast. Collingwood has not scored off the bench in the first quarter. It has all come from their starters. Surf Coast, that little bit more of a spread.
Yeah, definitely right. And, last week they had over 40 points coming off the bench last week against Warrandyte. So, their starters, it's like a compliment to their bench at the moment. So, we'll see what happens in this quarter. Coach Wama is not happy what they've been playing right now for Collingwood. They've got to change it up. They've got to try and maybe double off, try to get McCain and also Waimat open. Because at the moment, Surf Coast is not letting them off their leash at all.
And look, they're taking shots where they're taking the threes. They've run down the shot clock a couple of occasions as well. So Surf Coast is forcing them into shots they don't want. They looked more dangerous when they were going to the basket. McCain's shots weren't falling, but she looked so much better when you could get her going, and it was bringing space into their lineup.
Yeah, definitely right. And But again, looking at this lineup again, both teams haven't changed their lineup. But there's a lot of mismatches out there on the height advantage. So let's see if Surfcoast can push this lead out a bit more.
Yeah, as we see McCain with that one. We know how dangerous she is. Clark gets it out to Weimer. Weimer goes to the basket, and that was much better, taking it to the ring, and were able to get one of their stars to hit a clear basket with a bit of space.
Yeah, exactly right, Tara. And it's something that, they've just got to keep reinforcing that pressure as Condon has the ball now for Surf Coast.
As we find some space on this side, going up for the three there was Miller Browning, not able to hit it, and we do see a rebound here for Collingwood. And we mentioned in that first quarter they did have a fair bit of rebounds in that first one. It was saying that it was 4-3 in the end, so it wasn't as advantage as we were expecting. So it was 8-11s if I go the other way.
Yep.
So 11 only narrowly leading that, considering their dominance, as we see Macumber gets that pass around the outside, as we see that shot go up. Doesn't fall for Ali Bennett, and we're going to see the rebound go the other way from Werner. Clark goes on the outside. Smith puts up a three. That one falls short, and Condon able to box out and get that rebound. Bennett now will look to reset for her side. Strong defence by Clark. She thought she had that one, as did the crowd, but wasn't quite able to. So we see that one go to the ring. Nice little bit of movement there, as we see Ali Bennett get that one. So the captain gets a couple of points on the board to start this quarter.
Yeah, the reason why the crowd was on that play in particular because Surf Coast almost got penalised with an 8-second violation that time, but they just managed to get across the timeline.
So Ali Bennett had 2 points in the first quarter, misses the extra on that occasion. Condon with the rebound. She puts it straight back up, but Smith gets the rebound now for Collingwood, so she'll look to take it down the court. Seems like she's come on to try and shut down Condon a little bit here. See on the outside, goes around the outside. Wermer, she's able to get that one. So that's 2 threes for her in this match. So she's starting to get involved here, is their leading scorer.
Yeah, so Ella had a slow start last week against Wyndham, as that goes over and makes it home that time there by Bennett.
So yeah, she's got a couple of back-to-back baskets for the Coast.
But Ella Weimer had a slow start last week. And this one's a big foul here on the Surf Coast. But and then she got rolling. She ended up scoring 18 points at the end. But that second quarter really helped her again last week.
As we see Emily Benson in the game. And I think just about every single Surf Coast player has hit the court so far. So you mentioned their depth. They're giving everyone an opportunity early.
So just a quick fact on Emily Benson. Of course, she was part of the Ballerine Youth League 2 Women's Championship team a couple of years ago on the road at Western Port 2 years ago. So she knows these sort of games.
So we see McCain with the pass in there, but we have Macumber's hand in the way, as we're going to see another change here. Maya Malone comes in. So another one of those players I think hadn't had many minutes, giving Ella Condon a really well-deserved rest. So we'll see Collingwood go out the top here. Smith thinks about it, doesn't. McCain still without any points, as we can see the shot clock coming down, and nice little bit of play by Malone, who's just come on. Is able to find Macumber. This margin now out to 7 points. Surf Coast in control of it. Smith with the three. She's able to find that one. A nice response there from Collingwood.
Yeah, just a deep two that time, Tara, but then much needed points there, because at the moment it is in Surf Coast tempo at this point of the game.
Yeah, you mentioned tempo. As we see Macumber probably should have been called for the travel, but wasn't. We see comes back in off the leg there on this occasion from Benson. It is going to be a Collingwood ball.
Still need to slow down here, Surf Coast, because the closer this game gets, the more that Collingwood will take their opportunities. And remember, as you said, Jess McCain still yet to get a point we know she'll get an outburst eventually as she actually takes a break now.
Yeah, I think she's taking a break because Macumba's taking a break.
Yes, that's right.
So we've seen those two go head-to-head all game. So if you're going to give her a break, why not do it when the player you're guarding, who is guarding you, comes out of the game as well. So we see Scoto across the top. Neil goes around the outside here. You've got Tippin, who's just come back onto the court. Scoto takes it to the ring, doesn't get the call, and the shot doesn't fall. And then we're going to see the hand there going back the other way. Just a cheap foul. Probably not a great one from Collingwood.
No, definitely not. Timeout's been called, though. Timeout by Coach Clark and the Surfcoast. 6:33 to go. Surfcoast 26, Collingwood 21. But, yeah, that last possession, though, they were baiting the referees to call for the foul. And that's not the way to go about it. You know, you got to force the referees to call it. That time, it was just too easy a no call that time because all they wanted to get shots up and they're rushing all their shots from downtown where, you know, they need to spread the floor a bit more and really force Surfcoast to defend because at the moment it's not happening right now. And then down the other end, the way the ball movement has been for the Surfcoast has been one of the best ones I've seen so far.
Yeah, and look, I think Collingwood's panicking a little bit. Probably a situation they're not used to. As we said, we're the minor premiers. In their final last week, absolutely dominated Wyndham. We've seen the Surfcoast play throughout the finals. They had a 77-68 win there against Southern Peninsula. Then against Warrandyte Venom, it was 72-55. So a little bit closer than what we saw against Collingwood, whose win against Wyndham was 83-54.
Yeah, correct. And that all happened in the second half. So, and Wyndham were in the game until about halfway through the third quarter. So,
yeah,
when it started blowing out. So let's see what happens here. Can Collingwood keep it close? Can the Surf Coast go into double figures in margin-wise before the half?
Well, and the margin was 6 points at quarter time. It's 5 now. For them to have this margin, as we see the long shot there put up from Williams, but they're 5 points down with no scoring from McCain. So she's still going to have some influence in the game. At what point, we don't know, but you're not going to keep her quiet as we see it to Scoto. Tip in, Neil. Neil goes back out to Scoto. She goes in. She wants the call again. This time she doesn't get the call but gets the roll. She's sticking tough, taking that ball to the rim and putting the pressure back on the Surf Coast defenders.
Yeah, definitely right. McCain's about to come back on too. Tara?
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if we might see Macumba as well as we see Bennett go for the long shot. Doesn't get the rebound. Tippin, who is the smallest out there, does get the rebound. She's going to go from coast to coast. No. But lovely hands coming the other way from Benson, who was able to come from behind to get that block. We're going to go over the top here. Benson looks at it, doesn't take it. Bennett was up the top there. So was Williams. Now they go in there. We're going to see the jump ball again. This time it is going to go in the favour of Surf Coast. We're seeing changes coming back in here for Surf Coast is Eloise Butcher. At the other end, we do see McCain, and the minute McCain's back in, so is Macumba.
Now the difference is McCain's got no fouls. Macumba's got 1 so far.
Which, as a coach, you wouldn't be worried at that at this point, as we see Bennett with another 2 on the board for the Surf Coast. No one really in foul trouble early on, so it gives the opportunity to have that really close defence as we see the 2 stars go head-to-head there. As we were talking about them guarding each other, it's definitely still that one. Bennett with hands on that one, gets it to Macumba. Macumba's looking to take the pace. She's got support on the outside. The shot doesn't fall, and the ball is going to come off the hands of Surf Coast. So it will be a Collingwood ball. It was Emma Jarvis on that occasion who couldn't quite hit the shot, but had space again.
Yeah, exactly right. And, you know, something that Collingwood now needs to do to seem like the other end when they have mismatches. Not like that, though.
No, as we see Bennett, who has been really strong for her side at both ends of the court, got that one. Macumba looking to take it to the ring. She's got McCain in front of her, comes on the outside, looking for that 3 shot. But McCain with the block out underneath, able to get the rebound. It looked like it was a little bit of a rush shot there for Butcher, for Surf Coast.
Well, Collingwood's now got to take advantage.
As we see Smith goes there, she's going to get the call, and that one is against Macumba. I would look at that one.
No, it's not.
No, it wasn't. It was Ali Bennett. It was the skipper who had that foul. So it's 2 fouls each in this quarter, halfway through. So we're going to see Smith head to the line. Smith with the first.
We've just got to stay in touch here, Collingwood, because the more Surfcoast are just pushing it up.
Smith's second rolls out, so we see the rebound for Macumba. She gets it across to Bennett, back to Macumba.
And here's set a high screen here.
See, over the top. Malone puts that one up. The shot rolls out, so both sides struggling to get the momentum. But we're going to see Neal looks for that pass, tries to bring it in. Werner's shot doesn't quite fall. She tries to get the steal.
Jump ball.
It's a jump ball, and it's going to be a Collingwood ball. So that defensive pressure, which has probably lacked a little bit, we've now seen step back up. And Condon back into the game for Surf Coast. Gemma Ryan as well. So two of their big stars coming back in.
Yeah, so as the captain, Bennett and Malone takes a break for the Surf Coast. Oh, easy. In and out play that time.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want there from a throw in. You mentioned Bennett. She's up to 8 points, leading her side. Also 2 rebounds, a steal and a block. Macumba with the long bomb from 3. She's now up to 10 points, leading her side in terms of points. She's starting to really come into this game.
Yeah, so look, McCain needs to score here. Because, you know it's a 5-point game, but Macumba's winning that battle so far.
As we see Smith, Neal, McCain looked to go to the ring, went to tip in again, who's able to get another one. So she's found some space on that far side the last 2 possessions here for Collingwood. Now she's defensively trying to shut down this Surf Coast.
Oh.
Neal, great steal. She has to wait for her teammates to come and join her. Tip in. McCain. Come to Wormer. Wormer unable to control that one, but it is off the hands of Emma Jarvis. So it will remain a Collingwood ball.
Hayden Neal's had a couple of these steals now from half court. So Surf Coast need to be aware of this because Wyndham did the same thing last week. And Surf Coast, they don't want to fall in that same trap.
As we see the ball up the top, McCain with space. Thought about the 3, eventually takes it. And what a way to hit the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Scores are now level with nearly 3 minutes on the clock. And we're going to see a timeout here from Surf Coast as we're seeing Collingwood hit the last few points to level the scores.
Yeah, so that 10-5 run there by Collingwood in the last 4 minutes, Tara. But again, this time much better because they left Jess McCain wide open for 3. That was just way too easy shot that time, come from the inbound pass. And again, that's the second time they got burnt from the inbound pass.
Yeah, we saw tip in the previous one on that corner, and McCain hesitated about the shot, was still left open, and then eventually took the shot and was able to score. And we're starting to see defensively, I think, is where we're starting to see Collingwood now get back into the game, and it's setting up their offense.
Yeah, exactly right. And, last week, similar thing for Collingwood. They were in a bit of a lull. They kind of sagged back a bit. And then they really put the pedal to the metal, and that's probably the late stage of the third quarter into the last against Wyndham, and Wyndham just couldn't compete with them. So Surf Coast are in the same boat now themselves. Now remember, Collingwood do have one more timeout up their sleeve. So Surf Coast got to at least, weather this storm now that the All-Stars having.
Yeah, so we see Macumba finds Condon, goes on the outside, looking for the long-range shot. Would have only been 2. Goes out of court. It was Matilda Cam. And we saw McCain just leave that go out of court, knowing that was going to be their ball anyway. Give them an opportunity to reset. And tip in. Now gets the ball.
It'll be interesting when Coach Clark's going to bring on Bennett and Malone back because at the moment it's not going well in the mismatches for Collingwood at this point.
Well, they did bring back a couple of their starters there. As we see a lovely shot from 3.
Ava Smith again.
Yeah, as we see that one. Look, I think the key with Bennett, obviously bring her back on, but they did bring back on Condon. who we know is a high volume scorer, so you want to keep her on the court as well. It's making sure you get the spread, and you want these players to have big minutes in the second half. Neil nearly with another steal there, as we see the shot from range from Macumba. Condon with the rebound. Lovely space in there from Matilda Cam.
But again, they're triple teaming off Condon. If I was Surfcoast, you need to find another player that's, you know, to make it a one-on-one, because at the moment, they can't afford this one-on-one, like, triple teaming at the moment.
Yeah, and you look at Comden, they've got the spread of goal, of point scorers so far. So we see the change here coming on is Lonnie Williams, who did have 12 points the last time these two teams played and had a couple of moments in that first half. So we see Neil gets it to McCain. So we see Smith looking at that one. Neil goes in. She's going to go to the line with the foul on Condon.
Yeah, bad foul. That's number 2 on Condon. So now what's Surfcoast going to do? Obviously, she's not quite in foul problem yet, but that might be affected down the stretch somewhere along the lines.
Look, now, I think with a minute and a half, they're going to trust her out there as we see Neil with that first point there. So it's now Collingwood back in front.
And remember, Surfcoast got no timeouts up their sleeve, so as I said, they've got to at least keep it close enough at the break.
As we see Condon, she looks to go in, has the numbers, was double teamed again, and Williams was the one who was able to capitalise as she was left all alone there. We see McCain looking to bring the ball down for her side, just telling them to come at her was Wormer. They've got the players on the outside. McCain's got the ball back here. She's going to go towards the ring, goes on the outside, finds Tippin. They've got space on the outside. Lovely hands here from Williams, who now is going to get the clear break, and she's able to convert at the other end. That's turning defence into offence if there is ever a case for that. We see Williams again, able to get another one. So that's 2 in a row here from Williams. Macumba, she now goes to the line, and she's able to make the most of Williams' defensive work.
Yeah, great defensive play here. They're just trying to force Collingwood to make really ridiculous mistakes at the moment, and almost another one there.
So we see Smith with that one. She tries to put up, does get the call go her way.
Let's see who this is on. If this is on Condon, that's number 3. No, it's not, luckily.
It was on Tippin. Sorry, it wasn't on Tippin. It was on...
Cam 45.
Yeah, Cam.
Nope.
See the first one, a bounce out there for Ava Smith. The second one was a high up and under, and that was able to go in. We've got a 3-point margin here. 20 seconds left on the clock in this first half.
Need a trap.
See Macumba looking to go down the other end.
Now they force him into one-on-one. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Neil, lovely hands. We've seen her with a few steals. Gets it to McCain. Aware at the cock here. Smith from long range.
Air ball.
It was an air ball, and that is it for this first half. It is the Surf Coast Chargers leading Collingwood All-Stars 39-36. Will, both sides had moments of dominance in that quarter, but it was Surf Coast who finished the stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, trapping. It's a trap. You know, you got to play Collingwood full press, and they did that, especially finding different ways to trap, and that's exactly what you need to do, and the Surf Coast are doing that so well in this early stage.
We will take a short break for halftime before we are back with a big second half here at Collingwood College.
Yes, welcome everyone back here to Collingwood College. What a fantastic first half of basketball here in the Youth League 2 Women's Championships game. And of course, Surfcoast leading 39-36 over Collingwood. Tara Murray joins me, Will Talley, here at Collingwood College. Tara, interesting first half, but you did point out as we went out for half time that Collingwood emotionally, one of the players weren't really there at the emotionally. So let's see how Collingwood come out at the start of the second half.
Yeah, looks like it was Ella Wormer who now has her knee heavily strapped.
Ooh.
So that is what I'm looking at, because she didn't have that knee strapped in that first half.
Correct.
And that is a big watch. She is their leading scorer with 10 points in that first half. She's been the key from them. We were talking about a lack of bench points. We saw Ava Smith hit 7 late in that quarter, so she's got the only points to come off the bench there. Jessica McCain only with the 3 points, which we have pointed out. The other end, she's been going head-to-head with Sienna Macumba. She's leading the way with 12 points. She's also got 2 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals and a block. Last time these two teams played, she had a little bit of everything, including 7 turnovers. This time, she's only got the 2 turnovers. But what we know, last time these two teams played, it was back in round 1.
Yes.
So there's probably not a lot we can take out of this one. Looks like Ella Werner is starting this second half. So that is good signs for Collingwood All-Stars.
Correct, Tara, and looking forward to see what happens here. First 3 minutes going to be crucial, and especially Collingwood emotionally.
Yeah, it is.
See how they pull this one out.
And quickly around the courts,
yes,
because we do have some other action. Looking in the Youth Championship Women match. With 7 minutes left in that game, it is Keilor Thunder leading Kilsyth 74-65.
Yeah, so as of course that was the rematch of last year's double overtime game, but as we resume here, Surf Coast 4 on the shot clock at the moment. They're going to bring it up here to Bennett, back up the top, long 3 from Macumba, no good. Rebound now in the hands of Condon. And again overboard here, long 3 on the way, it's short of the mark. Rebound here for the All-Stars. So again, Neil, who's had a fantastic first half, can she carry on with the job? McCain right in front of us here on the broadcast side. Streams on the left. Here's a long 3 for the tie. No good that time. Rebound with the O-Boyd. With a putback by Weimar. She's emotionally there so far.
Yeah, she's got that first one. Looking Ava Smith getting the start in this second half over Zoe Tippin. So they've looked to go with a little bit more height.
So back the other end as a turnover by Macumba. Back the other end we go. So Collingwood, great start to the second half like they did last week against Wyndham. On the drive this time, Weimar going baseline. Stops, and then a travel violation. Great stop that time there by Browning. Forces the turnover on a 1-point game.
Yeah, Browning didn't play a lot of minutes in that first half, but what she did was pretty impactful, and we saw on that occasion able to get the stop here.
So Surf Coast with the ball, Macumba, 10 on the shot clock. Again trapped, doubled, who's got it? It's loose ball, and Collingwood gets it. Well done by McCain. Smith with the ball now for the All-Stars. 1-on-2, Smith, cut, hit it. Rebound now. Here comes Browning, pushing up the floor. Browning all the way, up and under, no good. Rebound now, who's got it? It's in the hands of Neil.
Yeah, a little bit of a fast pace to start this quarter. I think both teams need to just slow it down a touch and get back to basics. We've still got nearly 2 quarters to go. They're not going to win it in these couple of minutes.
McCain from downtown, no good. That's off the mark. Rebound here by Bennett. And Bennett gives it to Condon. So Condon pushing it up, trying to find the edges here. Double team fouled. And the foul's been assessed against number 10. That is on Neil. That's her second personal foul. That is team foul number 1. Substitutions here for the Surf Coast.
Interesting, Macumba coming to the bench early in this quarter. She is their leading scorer, but Williams, we saw what she could do defensively, especially late in that quarter. She's now on the court.
So Ella Condon line makes 1. She's got 1 to come. It's a 2-point game. The championship is on the line here tonight. Second shot coming up. It is good. Now, interesting enough, Tara, 74% in this playoffs, in the women's side of the draw, have all been won by the road team. VYC women, Youth League 1 women, and Youth League 2 women that so far this playoffs. So Surfcoast is the record on their side. We're about to find out. That's the jump ball.
Yeah, the jump ball on that one. And for those who didn't tune in earlier, Collingwood were in Division 1 last season. They dropped down, now looking to get this championship and try and go back up. Surfcoast Chargers, their first Youth League women's side started in 2024, so they're going for their first championship. I think 14 of the 16 players have come through the Chargers program.
So it's Collingwood with ball. Weimer passes out. In their hands here, lost it, got it back out. Smith, shot clock down to 3. They're down to 2. Neil on Weimer on the buzzer. It's a shot clock violation. And another great defensive play, that time there by the Surf Coast Chargers. That's a substitution here.
Yeah, Willow Clark coming back into the game for Ava Smith.
7:16 to go. Who's going to claim their first championship? We're about to find out. 41-38, and of course a fast track in the qualifier as well. As a basket home that time there by Jarvis, 43-38.
Yeah, just come onto the court there, and it's 4 points to 2 in this first 3 minutes, so not a lot of scoring. It's a lot of up and down and a lot of hard work on these players. Definitely
right. So it is in the hands of Clark to McCain. Back to Clark. Went a little bit wide. Shot clock down to 4. They're down to 3. Another turnover. Here comes Condon. Pass right. Jarvis tried to go inside. Turns it over. But does tap back out for the Surf Coast. Shot clock still going at 14. Here's Williams from downtown. Off the mark. Rebound now in the hands here of the All-Stars. And they take a break. So in the hands here of Neil. Double teamed. Lost it. Tried to go inside. And there's a foul. Now let's see who this is on. It is against the Surf Coast. It's against Williams. That's her second personal foul. Team foul number 2.
So we're going to see some changes here for both sides.
And a timeout, sorry.
Yeah, timeout. And it was Tipping coming on. And the other side, Gemma Mulroy on. And just a very fast-paced start to this second half. I think both of these sides are trying to win the game right now. They just need a little bit of patience, make sure they're getting the right passes and the right shots, and build that they're still in this game when it comes, that they've got the legs later on, and just patience.
Last week, Collingwood had a lull to start the third quarter. They're in that lull again. But the difference between this week and last week was that this week, they were actually up by 7. This week, they're down by 5. They managed to run away with that game against Wyndham. And Coach Weimer took a really good timeout. Again, he's taken a really good timeout just to settle down his team at the moment. Will it happen again? And at the moment, Coach Clark is having a fantastic game, coaching-wise. Strategically, he's had his best coaching so far.
And look, what I do like, he's brought Macumba out of the game now. You give her a rest now. You hopefully get a full final quarter of her, a last quarter and a half. We know how important she is for them. She's looking to go out on a high. Does leave for college next week.
Yes, she does.
So it is a big couple of weeks for her. But if you can maintain this lead with her on the bench, it's massive for them going into this last quarter.
Well, let's see how they fare here. 9 on the shot clock here for Collingwood. Double L. There's going to be a out of court here with 6 on the shot clock.
Yeah, both Jarvis and Condon with hands on that one.
They need to put Williams and Condon with 2 fouls. 2 fouls for Neil for Collingwood as they go in baseline here. Clark off the mark. Shot clock out it goes. Doesn't matter. It's a shot clock violation. Or are they going to put at least a second back on?
Our two referees are just confirming that one.
Let's see. Looks like I saw the 1. That means they're at least going to put 1 second back on the clock.
So it'll basically be an inboard and shot straight away.
Correct. So, shot clock.
We did mention our 2 referees. We've got Sam Bar and Ella Greentree out on the court tonight.
Two of the best ones in the competition. And don't forget, Big V Wars Night is coming up September 5. In the Pullman in Albert Park, and I'm sure we'll see some of these players. It's a shot clock violation anyway with an air ball. Here comes Surfcoast. So Bennett, the captain, turns it over straight into the hands here of Tippin, who almost turned it back, does turn it over in mid-court, and back comes to Surfcoast. 5:42 to go, goes just on the corner, and a foul. That's against Collingwood, and assessed against number 10. That's Neil. That's her third.
Now we're going to start to see whether we start to see some changes where they take the risk with Neil. We see McCumber come back into the game, so she's got a couple of minutes rest there. They're now going to rest their skipper as well, Bennett, who will be a key for them in this last quarter.
So ball back into play. So Neil now is the first play in foul problem. On the drive, Williams off the sideboard. Out it goes. Still Surfcoast ball with 10 on the shot clock. .5:31 to go. Chargers by 5. Here at Collingwood College. Try to win their second road game. As it goes into Condon. Shot clock down 1. Condon in low. 1 on the shot clock. Hook shot. Air ball. And that's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, we're seeing it from both sides. Unaware of where the shot clock is at. You could hear the crowd there, but they were so zoned in that didn't realise that they were going to put themselves under a lot of pressure.
So Collingwood off the hook. They need to keep scoring here. It's not going to come easy. So in the hands here of Tipping. Now to Neil, playing with foul problem. Foul. Now let's see who this is on. This is going to be an interesting call. It is against Condon. That's her third personal foul. So second team foul on the Chargers, but most importantly, Condon has picked up her third.
Yeah, and we're going to see the sub here straight away for this one as well. We just saw Clark go to the bench. Coming back on is Maya Malone. And as you said, a third foul for Condon. That's massive.
So at the Lions, Neil, who's also in foul problem as well. Tarikas, that's her. She's playing with 3 fouls, but remains on the floor.
Yeah, they've kept her on, so that's the risk you're going to take here. I think at the moment it's paid off because she has been able to hit the scoreboard, but if she gets a 4th, that's in troubles.
Yeah, exactly right. So 3-point game. Makes them both at the line. It's Chargers ball. Now with no low post game, be interesting to see how they play this out. Here's the 2 no good that time there by McCumber. And then off one, and it will be back to the All-Stars. So
quickly around the courts with 2 minutes left. It's Kilo Thunder leading Kilsyth Cobras by 2 points. It's been a 21-14 final quarter so far for the Cobras.
Wow, so it could be overtime there, maybe. We'll find out that shortly as Collingwood trying to regain the lead here. Here's McCain, easy basket, 43-42.
Yes, we hear the crowd really get into that one as well with McCain, and that's probably one thing we've got to look at in this last quarter. Will we see the crowd become the 6th man?
Back up the other end with the defense on. Williams from downtown, raise it home, 46-42. Whoa, timely basket by Eleni Williams.
Yeah, she has been very good in her minutes tonight, offensively and defensively.
So All Stars with the ball. Can they respond? Here's a 3, air ball in the hands here, Jane, but lost it out of court.
We're going to see subs here. Matilda Cam going to come in.
3:50 to go. Hopefully enjoying our coverage here. Coming to you from Collingwood College. Tara Murray and Will Taylor here joining you from Collingwood. Surfcoast will 4-point lead with 3:42 to go in the third. Cross pass, nice drive, makes it home that time by Matilda Cam, and it's 48-42, biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, just timed that run perfectly. Did Cam and able to hit the shot to bring it back out to 6 points.
And Weimar can't hit the response. So again, offensive ball by Williams. Back we go. 6-point game. Can they open up an 8-point lead here? So the Chargers, Macumba, got it by Zhang. Got in the hands of Cam, 15-footer, no good. Rebound now in the hands of Neil, who's playing with 3 fouls. Weimer, back to Neil on the 1-2. To McCann, wide open! No good. Rebound, crashing the boys in the hands of Cam. Off they go, the Chargers. Turnover, back the other way. McCann, into Neil. On the right to Zhang. 8 on the shot clock. Nice passing low to McCann. Can't hit it. Off the glass. And here comes the Chargers. Macumba wants a drive. Finds the lane. Strict. Still got it back. Crushed once. Who's open? Here's a long 3. Grabs at home by Jarvis. 9-point game. 42-51.
Yeah, we are starting to see this game hot up, and Surfcoast able to hit some shots. McCain trying to get into this game. She was able to hit one, but she needs someone to go with her in attack.
9-point game. We're into the 2-minute warning now. In the hands here, tipping. Here's Neil. Jumper, no. Rebound now in the hands here of the Surf Coast. And off they go. Long pass in the hands of Cam. Right now, they are just crisp passes. Long 2, no. Not done there by Malone. Put back, no. Geez, that would have made it difficult. Out it goes. It's Collingwood ball.
And what I think we're really seeing is the impact of Surf Coast's bench. They seem to be running on top of the court at the moment. I think that's a key. We've seen a lot of the key players for Collingwood do a lot of the hard work. We're seeing big minutes for Neil, Scoto, McCain. We're seeing a little bit more of a spread, and it's coming to fruition as we see Bennett this time, who's just come back on.
So off the steal, here comes Surf Coast. For Jarvis, who hit that enormous 3 a moment ago. Macumba in the hands here to Bennett. Up and under, no good. Rebound now. Neil with the rebound. Remember, she's playing with 3 fouls. Tipping with the ball now. Left side to Zhang. Zhang on the drive, foul. Who's this on? This will be interesting. It's going to be on 45. That is on on Cam. That's her second. It's only a 13 foul.
As we see Clark come back on for Tipping.
So ball back into play here. Zhang to put it back in. She gives it to McCann. Minute left. They've got to get this under at least 2 possessions. 6 on the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry up here. Smith, double team, turns over. Well done that time. Bennett. Here they come. Can they get a double-digit lead now? Bennett in the hands here of Macumba. Right side. Going baseline. Cross pass left. That's a dangerous pass. Turnover. Here's Zhang for Collingwood. And then off the back. Almost another turnover. And it is. It's Surf Coast ball. With 40 seconds left in the third. Yeah,
Matilda Cam just fought and fought for that one, and she managed to keep it alive for her side. 9 points is a game high. If they can get a couple of baskets late, that would be a little bit of a dagger into the heart of the All-Stars.
So in the post, Macumba, double team, jump ball, possession arrow. It's going back to the Surf Coast with 10 on the shot clock. Trying to get to a double-digit lead, heading to the last break. Inboard pass, turnover, almost. 6 on the shot clock. Surf Coast with 3 timeouts remain. Not to use it, so someone is open. It's Cam for 3, no good. Rebound now, crashing the boards. It's going to be Collingwood ball. It's 1.5 seconds between the game and the shot clock. Here comes the full court trap. So the press kind of not worked. Collingwood with the ball. They're going to have to set this up. Zhang on the drive. Travel. A turnover here. Surf Coast ball. They got 15 seconds left in the third to try to get a double-digit lead, Tara.
Yeah, they have been able to have every answer so far. Has the Chargers putting that pressure on, making it hard for Collingwood to get any consistency on that offensive end.
So here's the dagger, here's the 3. Off the mark, that's on there by Malone, and that will do it. 9-point lead to the Surf Coast as we head to the final bend. in this Youth League 2 Women's Championship game. It is Surfcoast 51, Collingwood 42, Tara.
Yeah, they kept Collingwood to just 6 points in that quarter. They only scored 11 themselves, but were able to extend that lead to 9 points. Defensively, they were really strong. They had a number of different options where Collingwood, I think, were relying on the too few who weren't able to get the ball they wanted, the shots they wanted. And before we keep talking about this one, we do have a result in Youth Women Championship. It went down to the wire. Keilor Thunder with a 1-point win against the Kilsyth Cobras, 76-75.
Oh, my goodness.
There was a steal from Madison Brady with 3 seconds to go to seal it for the Thunder, who I think it was 3 years in a row. I know they've had players in and out of their championship side as well. Macy Boyle, who is the star of that side, top scored with 20 points, but they had several contributors. But Keilor Thunder finally get that youth championship women grand final.
Correct,
win.
and it's Megan Jarvis's last game as coach as well, so what a fairy tale ending.
It is. Look, it's probably a little bit of a blessing. Their championship side lost last week. I know last year at times they had to concede Macy Boyle for finals for the Thunder. This time they had their full lineup, able to get that championship. So a nice way to go out for Jarvis. Well, that one's one and done. We have still got this one up for grabs. Surfcoast looking for their dream of getting their first ever Youth League Women's Championships. We mentioned Macumba. She's looking to go out on a high before she heads to college next week. What do Collingwood have in this last quarter to try and get this win?
Yeah, so look, they got to just find a way. They've got to keep pushing. They need the crowd on their side.
And we look at this one. Ella Wormer with 12 points leading the way for Collingwood. At the other end, it's Sienna Macumba with the 12 points as well. Lonnie Williams with 9 off the bench. We've also got Emma Jarvis and Matilda Cam contributing off the bench. It's only Smith off the bench for the Collingwood side.
So as we begin the last, McCann down to 12 on the shot clock. There's a foul. It's going to be against, it's on Browning. That's her second. Team foul number 1. So already a road team has won a championship already. That was, as you said, Tara, that was Keilor by a point. Hopefully we'll get something similar here tonight.
Yeah, and we've got a couple more coming. We've still got our Youth League men tonight. And I know I'm following Youth League men 3 as well, with Melton is one that I've got interest. Kim City Broncos women's tomorrow as well, as we see a nice 3, much needed one from Collingwood.
Yeah, so
I think it was only called a 2.
Yeah, it was from Smith. So 51-44. Can we get a close finish? It'd be a lovely way to finish this amazing season. Youth League 2 women, 9.5 to go. The Channel defense as it goes in low. Here's the 2, Mason home that time by Bennett. 53-44 Surfcoast. As I'm sure the fans down in Torquay and the Surfcoast will be cheering them on from the game at Warringah as they missed that time, and here they come up the floor.
Yeah, you mentioned that, cheering them on. They've got both their women and their men in finals tonight, elimination finals. So we see the jump ball on that far side. Willow Clark coming in to have an impact there. This is one of the biggest nights in Surfcoast Chargers history.
So it's going to be a Surfcoast ball. A big hello to everyone down there in Torquay. Hopefully enjoying it from down there as we are here at Collingwood. There's a 5-second violation against Surfcoast.
This is starting to get interesting. Collingwood seems to have lifted a level early in this quarter.
The question is, though, Tara, can they keep it up? That's the question. 53-44 here at Collingwood. Collingwood, the top seed, are trailing the number 3 seed at the moment. Warner going in the lane. Hot shot, foul will go to line, and that will be Browning's third. It is. That's Browning's third foul.
Yeah, she's got 2 to start this quarter. And quickly, talking about Surfcoast, their women, their Div 2 women are already through to next week's finals. They had a 76-71 win against the Mornington Breakers.
Oh, so they're already 1 for 1. Hoping the men's are going to do the same one and makes that one. Of course, they'll be hoping to make it 2 from 2 if they can get the championship here tonight before the men's completes their game.
Yeah, their men's game only just underway.
But Collingwood's got something to say to that. One and Mason Blake from the Lions. 7-point game, 8.5 to go.
Yeah, it's still at 7 points, but feels like Collingwood's now got a little bit more energy, starting to get momentum. That crowd is definitely coming into it as well. We've got a packed house.
Correct, Bennett misses that one. Offensive board though. Macumba in traffic. Turnover, here they come. Back up the other end we go. Can Collingwood cut the margin back even more? McCain, who's kept quiet so far tonight by her opponent, and Macumba, it is Browning. That is her 4th personal foul.
Yeah, she's got 3 for this quarter. So does Surfcoast. Looked like she did get the hand on that occasion as she was reaching in right in front of us.
So one more and she's out.
And interesting, they're not looking to bench her. I say that now. They are looking to bring Emma Jarvis possibly to come in.
13 foul for the Surf Coast. Weiner in and under, got it home. 53-48. Timeout's been called by the Surf Coast. With just over 2 minutes to go, it's 53-48 in favour of the Surf Coast. Collingwood currently on a 6-0 run.
Yeah, it is. So far, we've only seen 2 points to start the quarter from the Surf Coast. As Collingwood's starting to get momentum, they're getting the crowd into this game as well, which is a massive positive for their side. Wormer's really leading the way. We questioned where she was at. We saw her in tears at halftime, come back with her knee strapped, but she's trying to put this side on her back to take them to premiership glory. She averages 16.5 points a game, 5th in the competition, their leading scorer, and if we look at it now, she's up to 14. She's their only player in double figures. We've still got McCain only on 5.
Yes.
Neil is on 7. She has been good. And we've got Ava Smith, who's their one scorer off the bench with 9 points. So they're starting to get a little bit of a spread. But it is Ella Werner who is leading the way. She scored 22 points in round 1 when these two sides played. Yeah,
exactly right. So now, of course, Coach Weiner has been involved in Championship Series himself as a player for Ringwood. A win and a loss. So many wins and many losses. So can he do it as a coach to be one of a very few?
I was going to say with his daughter?
Yes, correct. Yes, correct. So won't be one of a few players and coach that have won as a player and a coach. The Channel defense, All-Stars ball, 2 timeouts remain for both. As a cross pass left, Williams, who had a fantastic game so far. Condon, who's playing in foul problem, in and under, up and under, no good, blocked. Here they come. Now McCain with the ball now. McCain on the drive, left side. Smith from downtown, off the mark. Rebound now by Williams. As Macumba, double team here by Clark. Oh, great pass, brilliant pass. And Jarvis makes the basket.
Yeah, they had space and Jarvis just got down the court and it was a smart pass there from Macumba just to make sure you've got the open shooter, User, and down the other end, Smith is going to go underneath, will head to the line.
And if that's on Condon, that's her 4th. It is Condon's 4th foul.
And it's also 4th team foul here for the Chargers. So every defence foul now from the Chargers will see Collingwood head to the line, and we've still got 7 minutes on the clock. That is massive as we see Condon come straight to the bench as well.
So, Mace the first, Smith at the line. So, interestingly enough, Tara, they're starting shooting guard and they're starting centre in now with 4 fouls. Both of them on the bench at the moment. So, it's only Neil with foul problem with 3. 7 minutes to go. And as you mentioned, they're in team penalty now as well on the Nets foul. Counter defense. Bennett, left side. Here's Jarvis. Misses. Rebound now by Macumba that time. They get it back. Here she is again. In traffic. Back up to the top here. As they swing it back. Here's a long 3. Off the mark. Another rebound by McCain for Collingwood.
Yeah, she's starting to get involved defensively. Is McCain the Mulroy Arns are both out there for the Chargers, unable to hit the scoreboard on that occasion. But defensively is where Collingwood is turning this game.
Can I get it within a possession? Smith from downtown. Yes, she does. 55-53.
That looked like that was going left, but it came in. Momentum well and truly with the All-Stars now.
2-point game, 6 to go in this last term. Can Surfcoast break this? No, they can't. Rebound by Smith. Off they go. They're pushing it up. A chance here to tie the game or take the lead with a 3. Collingwood have trailed as many as 8 points. Lost the dribble by Weimer. Got it back by Neal. 8 on the shot clock. On the right side. Smith from downtown. No. Rebound now in the hands here. Here comes the Surfcoast.
If that had fallen, the roof would have come off this place. We see a quick movement again, finding plenty of space is Jarvis.
Yep, too quick that time, and the crowd is absolutely going off their heads here at the moment. So, now you mentioned that the VYC women's went down to the last play. Are we about to have the same thing here in Youth League 2 women?
Yeah, I was going to say that we have got another one going down to the line. But then trying to have a say in that is Matilda Cam with a much-needed basket there for her side with that 3.
58-53, the Mates keep responding every time you think Collingwood is just about to come back. So Cam in the hands of Weiner. 8 on the shot clock. Weiner down the lane. Up and under, can't hit it. Rebound now, and off they go the Surfcoast. Can it open a lead?
Yeah, they now need to just try and settle here. They got a 3 on that last basket. Just take their time. They are still in front here.
Macumba in the lane. Nice dump pass. Blocked from behind by Neal.
I have been so impressed defensively by Neal tonight. She has come up big in a number of key moments.
Again, there's going to be another wide open play here coming up, you think. 4:44 to go. Gives in the hands here of Moylan. Goes in low. Almost a turnover. Gets it back. 1 second. They just got it off. No good that time. Rebound now by Collingwood. And they do get it back. Here they come. They're trailing by 5. Just under 4.5 to go in this last term. Neal. Hook shot. Good. 58-55. 4:20 to go.
Yeah, this is heating up here. Both sides, a little bit of tiredness as well, but Collingwood seem to be finishing the better of the sides.
Double team foul. That's all right. And now that's going to be Neal's 4th. It is Neal's 4th foul. Remember, Collingwood can play a bit more aggressive because that was only their first team foul.
It is. Now the question was, what do you do with Neal? Looks like they're going to keep her on. Wasim Williams back on the court here, though, for the Chargers. They're going to take the risk with 4 minutes to go. They're going to trust Neal out there.
Well, here we go. Long 3 on the way. Cam for 2.
Yeah, it was on the line, so only the 2 there for Cam.
60-55. Back the other end we go. McCann needs some space, but gives it Smith from 3. That is off the side of the backboard. Or the top of the backboard, I should say. Here comes the baseball pass. Someone's open. Down the lane. Cam. Foul. Going to line. Shooting a pair. The foul set against number 7. And that is on Clark. That's her second. Team foul number 2. Yeah, timeout on the floor.
Yeah, timeout. An opportunity. Both teams to settle here. 3.5 minutes until a premiership glory for one of these sides. Collingwood with all the momentum, but are yet to hit the front, and I think that's the key for the Chargers. They need to remember they're in front, just keep the patience going. Don't give up the lead. The minute they give up the lead, then it's going to be tough. I think the minute they stay ahead, they're still in charge of this game.
And don't forget Collingwood, they just need to keep pressing because, remember, Surfcoast are in the penalty on the next foul. They haven't done that the last couple of possessions. Now it was almost 3.5 minutes. Remember, when they win the penalty, that was with 7 to go. Now we're at 3.5, just over 3.5 to go, and they're still on that 4 fouls. So.
And look, that says a lot for their defence. They've been able to clean it up a little bit. They did have a timeout early, so they really could talk about where things were at And now we're seeing that they've had a bit of composure. I think Jarvis has been big. So has Cam, been able to find some space in attack.
So, 60-55. Collingwood will have 1 timeout remain. Surfcoast with 2 timeouts remain with 3:37 to go. And at the line could be the MVP. Who knows? Matilda Cam at the line.
And we've also Big V stats as well.
Uh-oh. That's not good. No, well, did they ice the free throw shooter? Collingwood by calling the timeout. Second shot coming up. She's missed them both. Out it goes, Collingwood ball.
Yeah, that's pressure. That is pressure.
Well, great timeout by Coach Wyman because they iced the free throw shooter. So 60-55, they're still in this game. 3:32 to go. They haven't led for a while now, since the first quarter. Collingwood, they've been trailing from behind. Weimar going baseline, makes it 60-57. 3-point game, but they just can't get it under 2 points.
Yeah, that's what they need to get the turnover or the steal on this occasion here. Condon getting ready to come back in as well. So that tells me they're ready to throw everything at this are the Chargers.
Macumba in the hands here. Bennett from downtown. No good. Rebound now, Smith. Foul, and they're in the penalty. They are in the penalty. And it's an unsportsmanlike foul here.
Yeah, I think this is going against Smith.
So, foul on All Stars. An unsportsmanlike foul against Collingwood. So that's 2 shots each. So the foul was on Williams. That's her third. Unsportsmanlike foul against Smith. That's her first. So 2 shots for both teams.
And then it will be a possession, I'm going to say, to the Chargers because
Correct.
Normally it is the foul. So no one's sure what is going on. We're going to see some subs. Condon comes back on for Cam, who was really big in her minutes late in this one. So we won't see anyone line up here as we see Williams miss the first. So we see all the youngsters now at the end of the court.
Correct. So 3 in a row they've missed, the Chargers. They need to just steady here. Mace the second, 61-57. Oh, actually, no, they won't get the 2. They won't get the 2 fouls.
Oh, and I think it was a baseline ball to start with, so...
Well, hang on, they're in the penalty, though, aren't they? So, shouldn't it be Collingwood at the line?
If it was an offensive foul, it's...
No, but the foul was on 20 up Surf Coast. So, and then it was an unsportsmanlike foul, so there should be free throws coming up for Collingwood.
Should be, yeah. Which should have been taken first.
Yeah, it should have been taken first. So I think they've messed this up here.
And now they are doing this. So then it should be Surf Coast's ball.
Correct.
After these shots.
Correct. So they're in the penalty now. That's 5 fouls.
So we've got
They are in the penalty.
At the line.
So they get the unsportsmanlike foul. That was 2 free throws. Now they get the 2 at the line here. Now remember, Surf Coast only made 1.
And it should be a Surf Coast ball after this.
Correct. So it's Smith at the line. She misses. Well, it may not make any difference if she makes this one. 61-57 Surf Coast. Second shot. To take it to a 3, that's short.
That was a nervous-looking shot there. Never looked like it was going to go in. And now Surf Coast ball.
Surf Coast ball with 14 on the shot clock. Surf Coast, just under 3 minutes to go to championship glory. Can Collingwood stop them? Here we go. 2.5 to go. Goes in low. The Cheddar defense from the Collingwood crowd. Macumba. Cross pass right in the hands of Bennett. Bennett, hook shot, no. Rebound, offensive board, another offensive board by Surf Coast. Cross passing board, Neil stole it. And it's it's got to be a Surfcoast ball with 8 on the shot clock.
Yeah, the crowd wanted a foul there for the push, but it wasn't called, so it will be a Surfcoast massive win there for the Surfcoast side.
8 seconds on the shot clock, 61-57. Oh, nice dump pass, misses. Condon with the rebound by the Surfcoast. McCumber with the ball now, hot shot, short, rebound again, put back. Foul will go to line. Shooting 2.
Yeah, it wasn't a great shot from McCumber, but I think was just putting it up there, but they were able to get the rebound. That was the foul on Smith. So now they're 14 fouls as well. Both sides in the bonus.
Second team on Smith. At the line is Gemma Moran. She rings it in out. The pressure is mounting. 2:17 away to a championship. Can they take the test of time? It does. 62-57 Surf Coast with 2:16 to go.
As we said, looking for their first Youth League Women's Championship in only their 3rd season. One shot.
Air ball and it'll be Surf Coast ball. Sorry, Tara.
You're right.
So, 62-57. They do have a timeout up their sleeve.
As we said, we've already had one championship decided by 1 point. We've got another thriller on our hands. And this is exactly what we want from this Big V competition.
Ball back in. Oh, almost a foul that time. No call. But script by McCann. Just managed to save it. 2 minutes to go. The Chargers can taste it. In the hands here of Condon. Condon. Hot shot. No. Rebound. Who's got it? Again, another low board for the Surf Coast. Bennett into Condon. Lost it. It's Collingwood ball with 1:39 to go.
Yeah, she threw it to the tallest player in their side, and it was still too tall. She had to load her eyes a little bit and hit Condon. Would be looking to still be down that Surf Coast end.
1:35 to go. The chant of defense now by the Surf Coast fans. Smith with the ball now to McCann. Been kept quiet all game. McCann going in the lane. Lost it. Managed to get it. 6 on the shot clock. Brings it back out. They've got to go. 3 on the shot clock. Turnover. It's a turnover. It's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, much of a
fantastic play. And a timeout's been called by the Surf Coast.
Yeah, we've got a minute and a bit on the clock here. 5 points the margin. Surf Coast defense came up big there when they needed to force that shot clock violation. They now have the opportunity to put this margin back out. They've been able to stay in front all of this final quarter, and that has been the key. Collingwood's thrown everything at them, but they've been able to stand strong.
Yeah, they certainly have, Tara. And I tell you what, well, you can hear Willie Wyman, the coach of Collingwood, not happy. You can hear him from our commentary position here. Just that one final push. And, you know, but it's been a fantastic night here at Collingwood, especially both crowds came in force tonight. And I tell you what, one of these crowds are going to be going home very happy.
And hello back to everyone. As we know, the Surf Coast, I've been told, are streaming this game live. They've already seen their women's side get the win. Their men's side now in action against the Craigieburn Eagles in a knockout semi-final as well. So they've got 3 teams on their biggest night in club history. So far, they are a minute and a bit away from a Youth League Women's Championship.
Great, and of course, earlier tonight, Keilor finally reversed last year's double overtime heartbreaker by knocking out Kilsyth at Kilsyth 76-75. Here we go.
I was going to say, as you're managed to get reception, I've got nothing. Website hates me.
Oh, it's all right. It's all good. 1:30 to go.
5 seconds
again. They just can't handle prosperity here.
The Collingwood defense, that is exactly what Willie would have wanted out of the timeout. Make it hard to get that ball in to give themselves an opportunity.
So, Collingwood ball now. Don't forget the men's games already started. Ballerine Melton, Darabin Chelsea, Camberwell, Bendigo, foul here.
Go to the line.
Who's this on? No. They're going to line either way.
Will be McCain go into the line.
Now, let's see. Now, this will be interesting. They're having a chat here. Either way, they're going to the line. The question is what type of foul is it? It's on 20. It's on Williams. That's her fourth. Williams picked up number 4 herself.
Yeah, they're bringing Jarvis back in for Williams. As we know, Jarvis has had foul trouble herself. I was going to say no, she hasn't. 3 other players have got 4.
McCann misses. Long. She just needs to hit one. She's had a very quiet night so far. Second shot. No good. 0 for 2. Smith with the rebound. Jump ball. Should be Collingwood ball. It is Collingwood ball. 40 on the shot clock. Still got a chance. Both teams still with 1 timeout remain.
Yeah, as Collingwood would want to score off this in ball here.
On the left side, long 3 on the way by Smith. Yes, from downtown. 62-60. 62-60. Well, what a shot by Smith coming off the bench. And 1 minute to go.
So it was only subs made then, no timeout.
Wow. Here we go. 62-60. The Cheddar defense from the Collingwood crowd. 48 seconds left. Surfcoast have had the lead for the majority of the game. McCumber, bounce pass. Got it and 1. And 1. And the foul's been called. So be assessed against Wino, her second. And what a basket for the Surfcoast.
They don't come any bigger than that.
And Emma Jarvis could be the saviour for the Surfcoast. She needs to hit this though. She does. 65-60. Timeout Collingwood.
As we've seen so many foul shots missed in this last quarter, Jarvis was able to hit that one. She's only come back on in the last few seconds, and she's been able to not only hit the basket but hit the free throw to give her side back to 5 points and take a little bit of the bite out of the crowd as well. We know they have been really coming into this game, but all game that the Chargers have had the answers. At the moment, they've still got them. With 40 seconds on the clock, they are 5 points up.
So, no timeouts remain for Collingwood. Surfcoast still with a timeout up their sleeve. 40.7 seconds left. Here we go. Surfcoast are 40 seconds away. That's right, you heard it correctly. 40 seconds away. Here we go. 40.7 seconds. 65-60 both teams in the penalty now.
And we see Collingwood advance the ball. No surprise there.
Here we go. McCann on the left side. So Smith in the hands of Neil. 6 on the shot clock. They're going to have to launch this. Bounce pass, turnover. This will be it. This will be it. Jarvis all the way in. Blocked. Got it back. Now they can wind it down. 18 seconds. Surfcoast with a 5-point lead. A foul. And they're going to line. It's the captain, Bennett.
Jarvis got lucky. The ball bounced off her own head and stayed in court. And they were able to reset. And wouldn't it be fitting that the captain here has the opportunity to ice this game with 15 seconds to go?
So here it is. Bennett got it. One more shot. One more shot. And Nick could be out of the game. Collingwood could be eliminated here with this shot. It does. Surfcoast by 7. 67-60. Baseball pass. McCann got it. 67-62. Timeout. Timeout with 9.4.
Yeah, Surfcoast knew that Collingwood had no timeouts, that it was going to come straight down there, and so we've got a 5-point margin with 9.4 seconds on this clock. No timeouts after this. Both teams in the penalties. Everything has to go Collingwood's way here if they are to pull this off. They need an early steal and a put-back basket.
Wow, what a way to finish. You know, we thought that the Kilsai-Killor game was fantastic. I tell you what, I think we got a pretty damn good grand final ourselves, Tara.
It is. Collingwood has been able to keep the pressure on. They were down by 9 points at three-quarter time. They've been able to keep the pressure on the Chargers. It's been a high scoring last quarter after not much scoring that third quarter. It's a 20-point to 16 quarter so far in favour of the All-Stars. But it's the damage that was done early, including the 6-point third quarter, that put Collingwood on the back foot. And we're going to see the Surfcoast have advanced the ball.
They certainly have 9.4 left. As long as they don't get a 5-second violation, which they won't, and a foul. Whoa, watch out. And foul's on 22. That is on Wana, her third. And now the captain to finish it off. Got it! Second shot coming up. Got it! 69-62. Final seconds. On the right side, Smith. And the Surfcoast are your champions. The Surfcoast 69 have defeated Collingwood 62. The number 3 seed have won. And celebrate down on the Surfcoast, because you have a champion, and a fantastic champion they are, because they knocked out Southern Peninsula, who were the 4th seed. They knocked out the reigning champs, Warrandyte, who were the 2nd seed. And they just knocked out the top seed, Collingwood, who were the 1 seed.
Yeah, history made here. This program of this Youth League women's side has only been running since 2024. This is only their 3rd season. They didn't play finals last year. They've now come in and they've been able to claim a Youth League women's premiership. They've still got their Division 2 women's in the competition. The Div 1 men's are still playing now. It has been a massive season for this group. 14 of the 16 of the squad for the Chargers has come through the junior program there. So these are players who are born and bred. You've still got under 18s, you've got under 16s. We'll see Sienna Macumba, who was sensational tonight, will head to college next week. That there is a lot of talent on this Surfcoast, and they were able to put it together tonight. They led it every single break. Collingwood came at them time and time again, but they had the answers. And you mentioned it right off the top. You felt that Surfcoast's bench and their depth was going to be the key. And I think that was the difference. We saw Smith have a really good game off the bench for Collingwood, but Jarvis, we saw Cam, were 2 really big ones. Williams is another one. They all came in and played their role. They all hit the scoreboard, and the Surfcoast are deserved winners.
They certainly are, Tara, and you know, fantastic to see them win, and especially great to see the Surfcoast crowd here tonight. And of course, I'm sure everyone's going to be cheering down in Torquay tonight in particular. And of course, the championship returns back down there to the Surfcoast in particular. And actually, it could be a big week down Geelong way, because if Bellarine managed to pull it off tomorrow, wow, what a great growth area down there.
Well, and we know that the Chargers will have at least one side playing next week in preliminary finals. So it's massive for basketball down in that region to have so many sides in finals action. Well, MVP, who do you think?
Oh, I tell you what, look, as much as I think they're going to give it to Sienna Macumba, but I think to be honest, I think it's going to be I think it should be Matilda Cam. Some timely threes, timely shots towards the end. And look, maybe Emma Jarvis as well, but I think they're going to give it to Macumber. But I think, look, you could give it to like 3 other players, really. Like Lonnie Williams had a fantastic game as well, especially when it's needed.
And I thought Ali Bennett was very busy early on as well. Condon had her moments before she was in foul trouble. So they did have a lot of contributors across the court there. I think Williams was good in those moments. I know they generally do give it to the winning side. I thought Neal was absolutely sensational in defence, especially for Collingwood. Smith was very good off the bench as well. And we saw Ella Weimer do everything she could to try and get her side across the line. But a lot of contributors. But, yeah, I think they probably will look to give it to Sienna Macumber. And it would be the perfect send-off before she heads to college.
Yeah, definitely right. And well-deserved. So, obviously, we're going to pick up the presentations very shortly, as well as the net cutting as well. Taryn, who do you think is going to get it?
Look, I think they're going to give it to Macumber as well. But, look, I wouldn't mind seeing Jarvis win it. I thought she was very handy off the bench, had some big baskets when it mattered, defensively right at the end as well. There was that. I thought Bennett was impressive early on. Went out of the game a little bit, but then hit those free throws really late when she needed to. So it's going to be an interesting one to see where the umpires sort of the referees fall on that one.
Exactly right. So, what a way to finish, especially Surfcoast. Like, they had to do it the hard way. They didn't have 1 week off.
And look, some teams say they prefer to keep playing and keep that momentum going. And we've had a different final series. There's no double chances anymore.
No.
There is no double chances. And we've seen, as you said, they've beaten first, second and fourth. So all of the best sides around them, they've been able to beat to get to this point. There's still a lot of young talent. As we mentioned here, Bennett is an All-Star 5 nominee. You look at this, you've got Ella Condon, played in the Vic under-18 team. He's also a handy footballer as well. We know Macumber's only 18 as well. Eloise, Butcher, is a top-age under-16 player. We're talking about a 23 and under competition. We've got a lot of 18-year-olds starting in this side as well. So that's a good sign for the future as well.
Yeah, exactly right. So, no, fantastic, the way they did that. And especially being a young side. And look, obviously, I get the chance to go to Broady tomorrow. And Ballarat set up the same way as what Surfcoast have done. It's young. They're so young, that team. And it'd be interesting to see how they go tomorrow. But I think that's the way you have to go about it now. You have to start really young. You're going to struggle for the first year or two, what Surfcoast did, and so did Ballarat. But, it's going to come. The more experience they have in these high levels, the better it's going to be for their development. And, Surfcoast have definitely done the right thing. And look, Collingwood, they did a fantastic job this year, finishing minor premiers. But tonight, unfortunately, they ran into a steam train called Surfcoast.
And look, it is always hard coming back down a division. They finished bottom last year. Now they've come back in grand final. They will play off in that playoff for next season. So it isn't all lost for them. They do still get that opportunity. But we will now take this presentation. Got the two teams now lining a presentation. The scoreboard in the background's got a Collingwood win, but it was not a Collingwood win.
Good try.
Yes, they have put that out. It was a Surfcoast win, 69-62. They led by 6 points at quarter time, 3 at half time, and 9 at three-quarter time. Ella Condon winning Best on Court medal for the Surfcoast Chargers. She was busy early in the game and able to, despite foul trouble, finish out that game strong. We threw up a lot of names there, Will. That was one we did not throw up.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Obviously had some foul trouble, but did a lot of work early on and was able to play out the game. Condon, who is one of their stars, one of their leading scorers as well.
Correct. Let's have a listen to Coach Clark. Little mic malfunction.
Yeah, so we have got their captain, Ali Bennett, with the microphone.
go to Surfcoast, receiving their championship ring, that trophy and the banner. Of course, they'll be heading down to Torquay tonight. And, of course, they're seeing women already won earlier tonight.
Yeah, the men were still in action now against Craigieburn. Last time I looked, it was a pretty close match there in a knockout final there. But history made for the Surfcoast Chargers, their first female championship built on juniors coming through the club. There's still a lot of this talent could be part of this side for a few years to come. They just had the answers. We did see Ella Condon take out the MVP. They had a lot of contributors across the board, especially coming off the bench. So for them, it's joy. Collingwood All-Stars, a little bit of disappointment. They were the minor premiers, but they just probably didn't have the spread of contributors that we did see from the Surf Coast.
Correct, absolutely, Tara. And, of course, that means Surf Coast get at least the fast track to that qualifying game. Of course, they'll play the bottom of the Youth League 1 women's competition for next year, which will be starting somewhere around February next year. So at least Surf Coast will be the 1 seed, of course, when they play the bottom seed there. And, of course, Collingwood, of course, they will at least still get a little bit of a tougher one than they probably would expect, because they'll be the number 2 seed going into that qualifying game.
And look, for where they've come from last season, struggled in Div 1, come back to Div 2, finished minor premierships, now made a grand final. So some pleasing things for them. As we do hear Queen come through, that tells us that's just about us done for tonight. Will, thank you for joining me at the last minute.
That's right. All good, Tara. More than happy to hop in and assist.
It has been a great night of basketball. We had a margin here of 7 points in favour of Surf Coast, 69-62. Thank you for tuning in. There is more Big V Grand Finals tomorrow. There is still more finals being played now, more over the next few weeks. Make sure you tune in to as many as possible, because if they're as good as tonight, they're going to be some cracking watches.